Hi guys, this is lesson 2, the moose crossing the river. And this is Allison Pryor. Now, so this is what we're trying to accomplish. Alright, so we got our mountains done there, and our sky is a little darker. That's okay. So we'll put some of that sunset on there for you. Now, let's see how we can do that. So, let's see if we can do that. Alright, so I'm going to get my... let's go with that sable brush again. Let's try that one. How's that? So what we'll do, yeah, we'll try the sable brush for now, okay? So I may change my mind. So we get some orange. So we're just going to add some red and yellow together. I'm not going to totally blend it. I'm just going to make a bit more yellow than red, okay? So you see it's not totally blended. See the mess I got there? Let's see what's going to happen. Maybe I better wipe some off. How's that? Okay, let's see what we did here on our painting. Let's see. Alright, so on behind here, we took some yellow and red and just went back and forth behind the mountains, okay? Just back and forth. Back and forth, back and forth. Alright. So we're going to make the closest to the mountain is going to be the lightest part. Alright, go get some more paint if you need it. Now I didn't mix it. I'm mixing it on my canvas, okay? I'm mixing it on my canvas. I'm not mixing it. So it's nice and red. So what we're going to do is add more yellow now. So there's the red. Let's get some more yellow. Here we go. Let's get some yellow. Good. What we're going to do is we're going to pick up some white next. So we'll get some of that on there first, just to get it started. Alright, now we're going to go with the white. I'm just going into my white. I want to lay this down because I need two hands. Alright, now I'm going to put some more white on my palette. Get comfy. And some more white. And I'm going to go down here, close to the mountains. Good. Up over the mountain, down over the hill. Here we go. Good. Let's just brighten it up a little bit there on the bottom. Good. Alright, there we go. There. And you can push that back into the orange. Alright, and down here. There we go. Under here. So closest to mountain we want really bright, because that's where the sun is too, down there hiding somewhere. Alright. And just underneath those orangey paint that you made, shadows or whatever you want to call them, we're just going to go underneath with the lighter color. Pretty simple. Just work your way up into the orange a little bit. Whatever's left over on your brush. You don't want to put too much on there. So that's a kind of a cool sky. I like that. Yeah, we'll leave that. I like that. I think it's okay. Yeah, that's nice. So we can take whatever's left over on our brush and wipe it off in a bit of tissue, because we don't want too much left on there. And just scrape on a few more little whatever's left over on your brush. Like I said, don't put too much on there. We want to go overboard, you know. And if you don't want to do this, don't do it. Just keep what you got on the bottom there. You're fine. All right, so we'll just leave that for now. Now, next, what's next? Let's see. So let's look. Pretend that this is a picture that hasn't been painted. So say you want to do this picture that hasn't been painted, so you do it in steps, and you do one part at a time. So I say, what's next? So I'll say the next thing I'd like to do is this little section here, because we have the sky fairly done. I mean, you want to add clouds or whatever, you can do that. But this section here would be nice to do next, because you're coming down on your canvas. You're coming down, you're moving forward. So all the trees and flowers and all this stuff will go on top of these background waters and land. So let's take our tape off. See what happens. Take your tape off. There we go. Good. And off. Off. Now, we are going to put some more tape on so we can work on that one section. I don't. And that makes it a bit easier. Here we go. So how much do we need? So we just need a little bit. Okay. So for that one section, we just need about this much. Okay, try to get it straight if you can. A little bit harder for me to be where I'm teaching and trying to lean over and all that stuff, so please forgive me, please. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put some green, sap green, and I think we can use the same sable brush again. It's only a small brush, it's not very big, it must be a size, I don't know, the numbers are gone off it, but you can judge by it how big it is. So let's take some green first, let's just get something started. Let's take some sap green, come under here, and just get some of that sap green on first, okay? Nice. Back and forth, something like you did with your sky, back and forth, long strokes. Good. So keep going in here. There we go. We're going to be putting some other colors on top of that in a minute. So just take some little trees. Okay, we'll do that in a minute. We'll do that in a minute. Let's just get this on first. Okay. There we go. Just get that green on there. Now, if your paint feels dry, just take a bit of mist and spray your paints. If they're starting to dry up on you, just mist it. See all that nice mist? You can even mist your canvas if you want. Oh, it won't go down. Mist your canvas if you want. Just a little bit, not much. You don't want your paints turning to water, okay? So these paints, they're tube paints, they can dry pretty fast, acrylic paints can. So you can mist them every now and then just to keep it from drying up on you, okay? So there we go. So keep this going, the green paint. And now we're going to add a little bit of yellow, just for fun. There we go. So keep adding the yellow and the green. Okay, some green. I'm not too worried about, right now at this stage, I don't worry too much about what's happening, but I want to get something started and I want it to look nice, because if it looks nice, it'll encourage you to keep going. If it looks really bad, you're like, I can't do it, and then you feel like you can't do it. But if you can get one section at a time, and you can make that one section look really nice, you will feel encouraged to move on, and you will like and as long as you like what you see. If you like what you see, that's all that matters, okay? If you're happy with your painting and you like what you're doing, and then that's the main thing. Make you happy. This is all about you. Not about me. It's not about anybody else, only you. This is your little world. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to change brushes because I can't get those little trees in the background. So we want to get those little trees. I'll show you what I'm talking about. See those little tiny trees there in the back? I want to get those. So the way to get those is to take a Bristol brush. See how the bristles are spread open? And you're going to tap into your sap green. Okay. And sap green, alright, we'll leave it at that. And tap here at the top and then pull up. Pull up these little trees. See that? So tap on your green at the top here and pull up. We got some little background trees. Tap, 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 tap. Pull, 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 up, 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 up. Tap, 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 tap. Pull, tap, 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 tap. Pull, 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 pull. Tap, 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 tap. Okay, so all the way across. Alright, so Up, 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 up. There we go, all the way across. All the way across, right on that line, underneath the mountains there. Good. And you just pull up, pull up. You got some nice little trees, simple as pie. Good. Now what we'll do is, we will add some color to it, as like here, some red, some brown, some yellow. See? Okay, showing you the picture, I hope that helps. I haven't done that before. Well, I've done it, but not quite as much. So I'm hoping it will help you get an idea of where we're going with all this. So now we'll go underneath here. I'm going to use this Bristol brush. That will help spread the paint around a bit more. I find the other brush is too, it kind of just leaves streaks. But it's good to get it on, get started. Okay, now what we're going to do is, we're going to put on some yellow. Put a little bit of white in your yellow. I think the white and yellow might help. Let's see. Oh, nice. Okay. So just bring that across. Try not to blend it in totally. Just bring it across. That's it. Just bring it across. Bring it across. There we go. Good. And now what we're going to do is, so keep those trees. We want that yellow sort of in the center because that's where the light is going to come from. And we're going to have our light bouncing off our trees and all that good stuff. Alright, so then take a bit of red and a little bit of brown so we can get a nice brownish color, and just add some of that, throw that in there on the side here just to get some color. Just let it go right into your yellow. There we go. You can add a little bit of white to that to lighten it up a bit. There we go. Just drag it over. See, I'm just dragging my brush over. I'm not totally blending everything. I'm kind of dragging it in. Drag it in. Good. So you want to lighten it up a little bit. Just drag it in. Okay, maybe a little bit over here. There we go. Good. Now, that gives it a bit more color. Drag some of that into the yellow. We can always add more yellow after. You know, all the final touch-ups will be done before your painting's finished, at the very end, okay? So right now, we're just trying to get everything in place so that we know where everything is. There we go. So, just get some paint on there. Just a little bit of highlight, just to brighten it up a little bit. There we go. A little bit of highlight. All I'm doing is adding a bit of white. See how that brush is all bristly and spread open and it's really worn out? That's the kind of brushes I like because I can really work with those. They're fun. They're fun. So I'm just putting on some more of this reddish color. And I would say we could clean our brush and then tap the bottom of your jar and that'll get most of the paint out for you, okay? That way get a nice clean brush. So I get some yellow, a little bit of white. And I'm just going to drag on some yellow and white. There we go, I'm just dragging it on. Now if you don't get this effect, don't worry about it. Just whatever, as long as you get some of these colors on, okay? So I'm just going to leave that like that for now. Good. Now, let's see what else we can do. So, I would say we could take our tape off and maybe we can start to water. Take your tape off. So far, so good. So what we want to do is we want to establish where we're going to put our water. And so it'd probably be better if we just drew it out a little bit. So we know that we're going to have something going across here, maybe a little flower patch or something. And then we're going to have a little bit of land over here. So maybe we can draw something like this, just so we know where things are. And maybe just something like this. And we can change that as we go along, okay? So in here, we'll put our water. So what you're going to need for that is your fan brush. There's your fan brush. So it's only a small fan brush. I don't like working with big brushes, not unless I had a big canvas. It's only a small canvas, so we don't need a huge brush. We just want to make it easy. So we're just going to take some blue, and we're going to take some white. Make it nice and light. Because we'll come, as we get down further, we'll get a little darker. And we'll just start off with a nice light. And we are going to put some highlights on top of this water that reflects the water and the sky. So let's just get that in just with your fan brush back and forth. We'll put some little bushes on top of that after. Let's just get our water on first. That's the easiest thing to do that I can think of. If you want to do it the other way, you certainly can. Okay. Now, so you go ahead and put your water on. Now, like I said, I don't mix up a batch of colors and then go exactly with the color. What I'm doing now is end up with yellow in it by accident, okay? So don't let that happen to you. So I'm just going in with my blue, and I'm changing the color, the values of the color, just so that I'll have some different colors. And so it's not all exactly the same, because water changes, right? It's okay to go over the lines, don't worry. Just go back and forth until you get what you're looking for, as long as you're happy. Might want to put a little bit of darker blue in here, just for shadow. Back and forth. Add some white. Back and forth. There we go. Back and forth. Back and forth. Good. Well, you can go on over that, doesn't matter. Alright, so just as long as you get your water, and try to get it horizontal as you can. Just want to get that water in there, because we can go back and add things to it after and change it up a little bit. So I'm just mixing my paint back and forth. A little bit lighter here in the center because we're going to put some highlights in there. And back and forth, go back into your blue, a little bit of white, so get a little bit darker here and there. Now you take your time doing this. I'm doing the video, so I don't want to sit here for an hour just doing water, right? And I don't want to speed it up. I don't like this where you're watching a video and it speeds up really fast and you can't tell what's going on, what's happening. I do like some of the videos because I know a little bit more, so I have an idea what they're doing. But if you're a beginner, it's hard to know what's going on when it's sped up. So I like doing it this way because I can show you step by step, and if you get tired, or you just put me on pause or come back later, you know, at least you have step by step instructions of exactly everything I'm doing. And like I say, there's so many, everybody does things differently. So if you want to learn more, what you could do is look up videos and books of different ways of doing water, different ways of doing trees, different ways of doing clouds, skies. Look up, you know, and different colors that people put together to get all these really pretty colors. I mean, you can have water with green in it, you know. So when you're doing tropical water, for sure, palm trees and things. But this one here is just trying to get it on. It might look a bit funny there now, but that's okay. We just want to get it on as best we can. That's best. And then after when we get it done, and we put our sides on here, then I will let you work on that. And then after we come back in the next video, then we will probably put our mousse on. Now I'll see now what we got to do next. So just put your water on. As you get down here, add more blue so we can get nice and dark. There we go. Nice and dark down here. So I'm just going into my blue now. Right into my blue. No white for now. I'm putting lots of paint on there because you want to make it move. And you want to catch that before it dries. So if you do take a break, you may have to put some more paint on there. You can always spray it a little bit so that it'll stay a bit wet for you. There we go. It's moving it around a little bit. Go up into there so you can blend it so it all looks like it's going into one. There's not, you know, a line between one and the other. Okay, so keep that going. We're almost done. There we go. So we're getting this much done. We're doing good. You're doing good. Now, so keep the water flowing. Keep the water flowing. I'm going to flow some more water on it now. There we go. There we go. Get that on there. Make sure it blends well with the one that you have on top there. And one more. I'm going to add a little bit of white to that one just to get brightened up here. We're going to be putting some reflections in there too. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, and I'm just going to pounce in a couple of these here just to show you that much, and then I will leave you. I know you hate for me to go, but I have to go. I have to go and get all straightened up for my next session. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some green, and we're going to add a little bit of blue. We want a dark color green. Alright, to get us started. A little bit of blue, a little bit of red. Darken up your green. Tap, 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 tap. And just tap that in here, just so that we got our little piece of land here started, okay? It's a little bit of red, bit of green, bit of blue. Get it started. Just come up over there a little bit. Just pounce into the water a little bit. There we go. We'll be fixing all that up, so not to worry, not to worry. I want you to know that this is only just your basis for your underpainting, but you still want your underpainting to be really nice. I know some people do their underpaintings and they do sometimes even do different colors altogether, but I like to keep it all around what we're going to finish it with. So there we go. That's that one. And now we're going to do the other side. And then when we finish that, I'm going to let you go so you can practice. And I hope to get all these done today. Alright, so you guys practice. Get that started. Have another look at the painting that I did. Take a picture or whatever you have to do to be able to see it. So that's all, simple as that, done. Okay, so that's all. We'll just leave it at that for now. And I will be back, and I will see you in the next video. Happy painting!